This is Deckard6, and welcome back to Utawarerumono. I always stumble over that last bit, that transition from the Wareru to the Muno. Well, let's pick up from where we left off. We have more time to hang around town. Let's stay in our room a bit first. See what happens here. We're going somewhere, apparently. For a choice that says your room, you quickly leave your room. It looks like we're escorting him to the forest again. You know, every guy that's ever gone shopping with his girlfriend can feel for you, Hakaru. You just turn into the pack mule. They know what they're looking for. You just have to carry it. More people, or I guess they're paying honor to the shrine again. They're still totally calling it the forest god is real. Oh. She's named after the flower. Yes, Hakaru, we've already established this. Oh, an old story. There's always the question on whether or not old stories are going to end up being true or not. Mutakapa-san sounds like a bit of a dick. I mean, it was the daimyo's fault. Why is he attacking villages? Oh no. Became one with the forest. You mean sacrifice to a god, obviously. I'm playing this some more right now because, let me guess, the little sister's name Aru. I'm playing this some more right now because I'm feeling particularly Japanesey today. I ended up having curry, I ended up in tea for lunch. It just seemed a perfect day to play some more of a video game set in feudal Japan. Or feudal not Japan, I suppose. Because it's very expressly not Japan. When we got the sister flowers, obviously. Is this foreshadowing Araru having to sacrifice herself at some point? I'm worried it might be. Because I'm generally against fridging characters. I don't want female characters to be sacrificed just as plot points. I mean, I'm not against characters dying, but there seems to be this trend to murder off more time in a room. Murder off female characters just for the emotional impact, because we're supposed to feel for them more. They're supposed to be protected from harm. It's like, aha, we killed them. See, we're willing to do anything. Well, now it's become a cliche. So I'm hoping we're going to avoid any fridging. What's she up to? I can never quite be sure with this girl. What? I can't hear you. Speak up, lady. Okay, Arturo-san. Oh, Oto-san. Ah. Oh, I couldn't tell the difference between the two words. And I'm not a Japanese speaker, so... We are moving full into... Yep, we basically jumped full into surrogate father territory right here. When did their father die? Did you mention exactly then? I'm gonna scroll back a little bit. I'm not sure if they mentioned exactly when he died. Wonder how young she was. Because she looks probably 12 or 13 at this point. This could be taken very dirty, having a young girl calling you daddy while cuddling up to you. Of course, this is actually completely innocent, despite this being an H game, I'm sure. Oh, but I think Aru might be a little... Aru might be a little jealous. Either of the, how close Aru's getting to us, or that her authority within the household is being usurped. Or it could be a little bit of both. You're spoiling her, Hakaru. I'm really not sure whether she's just jealous of how close Aru was being to us, or whether we're usurping her authority or infringing upon it accidentally. Spoiling Aru when she's worked so hard to try to be the responsible one in the household. Ah, is Tuskur-san going out on one of her midnight expeditions again? So if they're really establishing that Tuskur goes out somewhere some nights and doesn't tell anyone where she's going. You don't know yet. Oh, looks like we're not the only one that's noticed at this point. Wake up. Even I'm not that hard to wake up, and I'm a pretty deep sleeper. Oh no! But this has happened repeatedly. I doubt she was actually taken away. People all dressed in black, though. Perhaps she's not being taken away, but meeting with somebody? That's my guess. Pretty sure this is a voluntary meeting. I don't think anyone could take Tuskur away against her will, not without them making enough noise to wake up the whole household. Tuskur does seem the one to can't keep her own counsel, despite what you're saying, Eroru. If she feels like she needs to do something, it would be... She's willing to go out and do it. But of course, Hakaru-san is a sucker for a weeping woman. Apparently, our physical condition has improved dramatically from where we started. Not just are we smacking monkeys around with the fan, we're able to run quite a long distance compared to the start where we could just barely stand up on our own. Oh, I missed a line. Who are you? Uh-oh. We've been ambushed. By an asshole, apparently. A ninja asshole. But if they're the ones with Tuskur, maybe they're not all bad? Or maybe they are. Maybe Tuskuro's being blackmailed into it? I know she'd do anything to protect her family, but she seems like more the type that would seek to remove a threat rather than just enduring it. Are we going to get a battle map, or is this just going to be a, quote, cutscene, unquote? Flip. That is definitely a ninja. That is 110% ninja. That man is a very fabulous ninja. I know there have been more effeminate characters, but, man, those shoulders. Though I suppose I wouldn't comment twice if it had been on a female character. It's simply the fact that it's on a male character that it draws, it seems so unusual. Here she is. Wait. Yeah. Yes, scold him. He's in need of a good scolding. He threatened to kill me. It's not a good way to make friends. At least he's apologetic. I imagine if Nwangi had gotten scolded like this, he'd just whine and leave in a huff. So what power does Tuskur have over him? He's being very deferent to her. And who are these guys? What's going on? That's a good question, Hakuru. Maybe we'll get an explanation. This game does not seem to be one where it tries to stretch things out too long. Not that it's super concise, but it also doesn't take quite as much time as some other games I've played. Oh, someone's sick. That makes sense why Tuskuro's out there. That's the next question. Why does it have to do it in the middle of the night? Well, we've got a ninja. Are these, like, bandits slash rebels? That's the feeling I'm getting, that they're either, like, just maybe gentlemen bandits or something like that. They're fairly adorable. Also wearing what appears to be... Alright, I'm not sure if it's Naruto that started it, but those sort of ninja headband things. Because they're all wearing them. And this predates Naruto by quite a bit, I think. Or at least... Naruto wasn't nearly as big as it was when this started. This is... Oh god, this is over 10 years old now. Man, am I feeling old. I remember sitting down with this and a guide trying to play through it way back when I was like 19, so... Yeah. I'm so glad that the translation community has come a long way since then. So that's a different little... Okay, I'm gonna confess, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't remember this much. I remember specifically that the two twins there are guys. They are straight up teenage guys. They are not girls, though their gender was left deliberately ambiguous
悪いが、あんたはこのままそこで待っててもらおう。
このままとは。
そうだ。
何をしとる。
はい、すぐに。
白オロ。
Oh, ice burned by Tuskur.
トゥスクル様。
せっかく来たんじゃ。顔を合わせるのもええ。
ですが。
言うたはずじゃ。この男は家族じゃ。
Totally different to the old woman.
文句はないの。
Tuskur is the one in charge.
大体お前は過保護すぎる。このままずっ
と。カゴの中って、俺は別に。
じゃったら、言う。安心せい。この男は奇妙な面を。
Oh yeah, we do have the mask.
何か。
Not seeing our own character in the scenes a lot can lead to forgetting the important things such as, you know, the mask. Of course it's another girl. This is an H game after all.
Yuzah, 起きていたのか。
We've got our character that has anime-istis.
そうか。
Bonus points if she starts coughing up blood at any point.
都で買ってきた鈴だ。
綺麗な音色。
ああ。
この少女がこの男の妹？可愛いというか美しいというか可憐な娘だ。
Yep, and of course the
なんて言っていいかとても儚い。
Cute, fragile flower, stricken with anime-istis.
おや、もうわかったのかい。
はい。
Oh, smelling to identify people? Definitely blind.
後ろの方は。
And you can tell that there's a
とても大きな
third person, though.
他に
So she's
誰かいらっ
almost
しゃるん
got
ですか？
daredevil senses.
もしかして。
気づいたかい？
Yep, Hakuru is not completely in it. He's able to put things together, if just a couple seconds behind me.
それはもしかして。
But then again, I have,
自分のことかい？
you know, experience with this story, even if it's way, way back.
ダメだ、寝てなくて。
So I think there's a lot of things that are just getting jogged loose as I'm playing that I couldn't tell you what was going to happen next.
やっと熱が引いたばか
But
り
as
だ。
soon as I see it, it just sort of gets rattled loose. It's like, oh yeah!
はい。お客様。こんな
Really?
姿、私。
So Japanese, you have to apologize for being deathly ill?
どうか、よろ。
ああ。
I thought only Canadians were that centered on apology.
トゥスクルさんのところの居候。
はい。
なかなかいい子みたいだな。
Of course, she's doing the apologies to be super polite.
少しひむ髪が難かっとるようじゃが。どこか具合の悪いところはあるかい？
It appears
平気です。
that while their medicine's fairly advanced, it's also steeped in superstition.
このまま安定すればじきに良く
Trial
な
and
る
error,
だ
I
ろうっ
guess.
て。
Here, eat this. Nom
本当です
nom.
か？
Oh, you got better. Nom nom nom. Oh, you died.
そうか。
But they apparently have had enough time to refine it and have made records of
さ
their
て、わしは
successes
お
and
ぼろと
failures.
話がある。
Yes, I'm doing world building breakdowns. It
しば
distracts
ら
me.
く席を外すが、その間、白オロ。
は？
Talking about our current situation,
この男がユズハの
Obero
話し相手って
appears to be the
どういうこと
leader
です？
or at least a high-ranking member in some sort of ninja clan or bandit group or rebel group or something like that. We're not
冗談
expressly
言わ
sure
ない
at
でく
this
ださ
point.
い。なんでちょっと前に湧いて出たような男。
冗談？冗談なんかでありゃ
His
せん
younger sister is sick.
余計に悪いです。話ならここで伺いますから。
おぼろや。
Excuse me. I apologize for having to mute my mic there,
つべこべ言わんと。
but you would much more appreciate that it was muted rather than not. And despite his authority, Tuskur totally is the top in this relationship.
なんだろうな。
Yeah, what just happened? That's a good question. But anyway, he's got a sickly younger
構わな
sister,
いとは言ったが、女
and
の
that's
子
part
が
of the
喜びそう
reason
な話題
he's
など知らんし、
so respectful of Tuskur. Is she's the only person that apparently that can treat her,
困った。
and because he's either bandits or ninjas or rebels or something,
白。
あ、
this is all done in
自
secret.
分のことか。
But Tuskur just knows everything that's going on because she's that
一
awesome.
瞬誰のことかと思った。
白オロ様のこと、教えていただけませんか？
自分のこと？
For those unfamiliar with Japanese suffixes.
Yeah,
the chans, the sans, the samas. Sama is the most respectful one. It's probably best equated to my lord when used in historical pieces. It can also be used today when talking about to like a president of a company or a government minister or a superior officer or that kind of thing. Compared to san, which is just mildly respectful. If you don't know what suffix to be using with somebody, san is usually the one you want to use. Dropping a suffix is a sign of it's a sign of casual or close affiliation. You don't know? Oh. She's just always been sick, so she doesn't understand the concept of not being sick. Oh. That's sad. So she was probably struck blind by anime-istis. You have to ask why he's apologizing. I suppose that's because she's the one that's deferent, being a woman. And having him apologize as the sort of sama is inappropriate, and that's the reason she was confused. But she seems fairly nice. Hopefully you just don't H her to death at some point. No, that probably won't happen. This is a very respectful and polite game. There are other ones where I'd be worried about that happening. Because, well, this is a very, as I said, respectful and polite game in an approach to its characters. There are other games that aren't. I may touch on some of those because they get some great gameplay, even with and decent storytelling, even if they're of dubious appropriateness. Okay, now we're getting to see her sort of usual sprite. I mean, do I just adjust my eyes? I'm so used to seeing that CG for a little while there. Used to seeing her as that. And apparently the blind people touching your face is a not an uncommon way of getting to know somebody. And Oboro is just overprotective. So he's the overprotective big brother. Is Tuskur-san trying to set us up with everybody? Because she seems at least still okay with us hanging out with Eroru in a potentially romantic capacity. And now she's trying to make sure that... Oh, was it your name Yuna? I just forgot. Yuzah, there it is. Make sure Yuzah gets to meet us. Though perhaps it's more of a general making sure Yuzah actually gets to meet people. Make me a good luck charm. I think you're the one. Oh. Aww. Though I usually think that's probably something more done with lovers, though maybe she's just read romance novels. No, she can't read romance novels. Duh, she's blind. I know, I can put things together eventually.
それではトゥスクル様。
またな。どうした？
Oh, super overprotective, big bro.
来るなと言ったら来るな。
Doesn't want anyone making moves on his sister.
何か気に障ることしたか？
気にすることはないって。あれも一種の病
I
気じゃ。
suppose she's sick, so he's grown
さて
super
あの子
overprotective
たち
about
が
it
心
because
配
of
してい
that.
るだろうから急いで戻らんとな。今帰ったよ。
おばあちゃん、もう
すまないね。心配させないように黙ってたんだけど。
Yeah,
かえって
it
心配させ
definitely
てしまった
backfired
ん
to
だよ。
Skuro-san.
本当に心配したんだから。突然こんな
We
の
don't
が
know
投げ
how
込
long
ま
she's
れ
been
る
going
し、
it before it got noticed, so.
心配するなって書かれてもねえ、本当にこんな時間。
ああ、それはな。ある方の容体を見に行っと。
I suppose she's trying to keep it secret because if they are ninjas, bandits, rebels.
こちらからこんな時間に出かけたのは分かってもらえたかい？
They just want anyone else to be potentially
で
responsible
も
should
もう黙っていったり
the
しないで
daimyo
ね。
come.
本当に心配したんだから。
あ、約
And
束する
considering
よ。
Nwangi is the daimyo's son, that gives us some idea of what he's like. We haven't actually met him yet,
なんでもないん
but
だよ。
anyone that could raise an asshat like
一緒に
Nwangi,
寝よう。
who broke his own fist punching us in the face. I need to remind you of that.
いや、気にしないでくれ。
He can't be a good guy, which leads somewhat more to the idea of gentleman bandits
お
slash
茶でも
rebels.
飲み。
お茶か。助かるよ。
はい。
ふう。ゆずはか。知り合ったばかりの自分なんかを様というくらいだ。
Or perhaps
何
they're
か訳あり
nobles
の
in
ようだった
exile?
そういえば恋人のこれ。
But they do seem to have a gentleman
また
quality
会える
about
お
them.
まじないと。
Oboro is very polite. Yuzaha is excessively polite. Okay, Oboro is polite when he's to Tuskur-san. He's
その小指、
an asshole to us.
その
Oh,
髪の毛。なんでも再会できるエルルも知ってるのかい？
もしかして
yeah.
どうしてわかったんだ？エルルと同じくらいの可愛い。そう。エルル。エルル？
Erudu?
それで
Oh, it's definitely a thing done between lovers, and Erudu's gonna get
あ、
super.
それよりお茶を。は？お。ああ。
おやすみなさい。
お茶は
Oh,
何が？
やれやれ。ダメじゃのこりゃ。
is see, Tusker, you can't just hook us up with everyone and not expect them to get at least a little
今日はどうす
jealous.
るか。
All right, that's an episode for today. We've met another major group of characters today. We met Oboro and Yuzaha, the bandit, rebel, ninjas. I'm still not sure exactly what to classify them under. Hope you enjoyed this episode. It felt a bit short. We mostly just stayed inside and then hung out with some ninjas. Still no new combat, but I figure we'll be getting to that eventually, particularly if we're being introduced to conflicts between villagers and rebels and the daimyo. See you next time.